Darren, sending defeat here at the City Stadium this afternoon, but what were your reflections on the match as a whole?
Well, quite clearly now it's pretty raw and it's so disappointing. But you always have to kind of judge. We always say we'll judge off performance. And for the first half, we were absolutely fantastic. We followed on the form from the previous games at Lazio and Brighton, and then second half, we've probably not been in the position of being in a comfortable lead and to been so dominant in the game. We knew they would change something tactically because they had to. And in the second half, there's fine kind of moments in the game where I just felt we turned over the ball and then it created an anxiety, and all of a sudden you find yourself from having the ultimate composure to having none. And then it's just trying to see it out. The quality we showed in the second half was nowhere near the level of what they showed in the first half, and sometimes then you just need to dig in. And we've got so many people out injured now. I think it's a 26 game. These boys are adapting to it, and it's caught up in them a little bit. But we've got guys starting in the games, like young Ronan Ferns. He's barely played a game with us and comes in at top end of the Champions League game and does great. But he's fatiguing at the end, and we can't make subs because we don't have enough to get them on. So we were really fatiguing. And in fairness, fair play to Feyenoord, they played well in the second half. They put a lot of pressure on us, and it just told in the end, the fatigue of the players, and we couldn't make the changes we wanted to. But that's life. There's no problem with that. So listen, the players, we look back from where we started, and we away from home at Feyenoord, where I felt we didn't lay a glove on them. We didn't play in any kind of style that reminisces a Celtic team. Today we've come away from a game where we've, for the first half, looked sensational. We're deservedly 2-0 in front. In the second half, we couldn't quite hold on. But that's a big jump forward, and that's only 8 weeks ago. So the kind of message to the players now is, if we're there after 8 weeks, where can we be in another 8 weeks? So yeah, of course the result is really tough to take, especially for them. The amount of effort they put in, and they don't deserve that. But that's football, and I know from my own career, you remember these ones that sting a little bit more than you do the good ones. So I'm sure they'll learn loads from it. But they're a team that have developed massively, individually and collectively. And this game will just add to that.
Yeah, as you mentioned, there'll be that sort of initial disappointment, but again, there's lots of factors like Ronan Ferns coming in this afternoon, and there'll be so many experiences the boys can take away from this one. Yeah,
and look, that's the tip of the iceberg. A young lad coming in with guys, Magnus McKenzie, I think he's played about 4 different positions. He's left footer, he's playing on the right side of the pitch. We've got centre backs playing out wide, we've got wingers playing as full backs, and they never ever shirk the responsibility of it. They never ever complain. They work as hard as they can every day, and that's kind of been the message. They've shown massive development. And ultimately, along the way, you'll never be a football player at any level if you don't have the competitive side to you that wants to win every game. And for 45 minutes in that game, it looked like we were going to win the game with ease. Clearly at half-time we knew that wasn't going to be the case, and it transpired that it didn't go the way we wanted to. And honestly, I can only put it down to a little bit of composure, losing a little bit of composure, and then fatigue. We just couldn't hang in there. And as I said, the subs they made strengthened them. The subs we were making, and purely from a point of view of already missing so many players, didn't weaken us. It just actually put more people out of position. So fair play to the lads. They did what they could. And it wasn't meant to be. Kind of summed up at the end of the game, in the last chance of the game, where we look like we're literally about to score the winning goal, and it's 10 seconds later they're putting in. The boy puts in a fantastic finish. So that's football.